So I welcome you to this review and preview video for match day 17 and 18 of the Serie A. And of course, I remind you once again that you're very welcome to leave a like, to subscribe to my channel, to check out the tool if you follow the link in the description, and you will very much in the future benefit from this tool if you get the access yourself. If you had any questions about the tool or how to use it, a couple of videos recorded, but I will happily explain to you also privately if you ask me, and we can connect via Skype or anyway. Somehow we will find a way. It is, you have to get a bit used to it, but it would take maybe an hour or maximum 2 hours to teach you all the benefits on how to use and handle it. And of course, in those videos, I show you a lot of this already, which maybe if you use it yourself, then you still would have a question here or there, especially if you want to initialize leagues or you want to do some adjustments. But still, we check out what happened in the last match day. I said the Genoa derby is hard to assess. I think I recommend the draw. I'm not sure, but the away side won, which doesn't tell me a lot. And here we were very close to market anyway in all areas, so most likely would have skipped it. In Fiorentina, Salernitana, it was a very easy and clear home win. Fiorentina having a very good campaign, Salernitana pretty hopeless, and so computer was fully wrong here, I have to admit. In Venezia, Juventus, the other way around, here it would have recommended us, well, the maximum price was actually above this price, but anyway, we had a price better than 4.67 on the draw, and this is what Venezia got here. In Udinese, Milan, it's similar, 388. No, it's not similar. I think I even went for Milan. They equalized very late in the game, so I was wrong here. Of course, we can check out the stats, but we can in a second look at the statistical based method. In Torino, Bologna, here I was right. At least the recommendation was there, indication, recommendation, and the bet was a winner. In Verona, Atalanta 179 was the true price on Atalanta. We would have had a bit better at market, so it was an indication and it was a winner. Napoli, Empoli was a big one here. I even think I went for Napoli, who confirmed us, but Empoli are just winning their games also against the top favorites and so on. Excellent campaign. The true price on the away win was 10.70, was above average but below maximum. Anyway, the computer was not wrong in that sense, because true price is maybe slightly above average, slightly below maximum, but it's anyway pretty just to market, close to market, and pretty okay. Sassuolo did beat Lazio. I'm not sure if or should I be sure that I recommended Lazio. We can of course compare in the statistic based method here. We can first of all, we can check out if it even liked Lazio. No, it did not at all, and it was a loss. And here it was fully confirmed that this was what I had expected by the expected stats. And here is how they played, which was even a bit better than expected. Also, the win was there. They had to turn it around. Lazio just weak, and Sassuolo recently, in fact, very, very good. In the Inter Cagliari, I think I went for the draw, which was a hopeless one. 4-0 like the Fiorentina. There are such games. Roma I watched, I think I had a recommendation here, 140, something like that, and they did win the game, although they were not as superior. We can check out this here. This was what I expected in the statistic by stats. Here's what the Betmaster tool thought, and here's how they played. So in fact, Salernitana were no worse than expected. Just one goal behind, they lost by 4. Which was good enough, in fact. So the bet would have been considered to be okay, whereby a 0-4 always is a bit misleading, or maybe then you would still draw a different conclusion. Here it was close enough. Sampdoria, the very slightly better side, as expected. Here it was expected as well, pretty even. Just a small edge to Sampdoria, which was what happened. Verona, Cagliari, in fact, Verona did play better, but they lost. So market was here, in fact, a bit better. I may not have recommended it, as I see here, because it was just a small edge to them, which was in fact turned around by Verona, who played very good game, obviously, which the stats tells us here. So it was a lucky win in case I had a Atalanta bet, or anyone who had it. Inter expected to be 2.2 goals better, which is close to this here. They had even been 3.3 goals better. Well, of course, this can happen. Cagliari are very low and Inter very, very good. So they just played as much better. Here it was actually not really confirmed. The bet on Napoli by those stats expectancies. This is what the tool thought. This is what the statistics expected. This is how they played. This would in fact confirm you could have gone for Napoli. You still would have lost. But what does it help in case you did? Here it was maybe Roma indication. No, well, here was an indication. Here maybe not. 1.2 goals better expected by stats. They were just 0.7 0.75 goals better. I watched this one. They were not that much better, but they still were a very good side, but also Spezia. All the sides are good. The Roma have done their job. They won 2-0 and so on, but it could have gone otherwise too. Sassuolo 1 goal better. We discussed this already. They played even more than that better, whereby the Betmaster tool still would have had some trust in Lazio, which is not confirmed neither by the performance nor by the result. Bologna was expected to be 1 goal better. Here just 0.6 was still an indication. Did they play as much better? They played even better, more better than that. So it was a very good bet and it was a winner. Udinese expected to be, no, Milan to be very, very slightly ahead only compared to this. And here they were a bit better, whereby they were trailing all the time, so they had to chase this 1 goal, which they managed to do very late on. Still, the stats can sometimes be influenced by that. Would have not have been a good bet on Milan and would have not been a winner bet. But here it would not have been recommended by looking at the goal expectancies by the statistic-based method. Venezia, Juve, Venezia were obviously close enough. They very well deserved this point, whereby still they were 0.43 goals worse, so to say, but it's not anywhere near this nor this. So they had a very good effort and won their point deservedly somehow. And now we look quickly at matchday 18, and we have to compare this here with the market prices, which I didn't open yet. But you have to maybe apologize, or I do apologize, and you have to excuse me for that. No, yeah, I excuse, and what do you have to do? You excuse my behavior. Anyway, we look at the, I don't know how to say that, to be honest. Lazio, Genoa, we just saw that. We wouldn't wish to bet on them anyway. 142, not an indication, nothing, nowhere near. Well, 488 would in fact be indicated, but we had to compare with a statistical based method anyway. Lazio, what does it say? It says less of an edge, so we would definitely not go for Lazio. Obviously, maybe there would be some small reason to go for the draw. Well, 488, you see that very, very small edge. Inter, Salernitana, Inter, I mean, we may forget about Salernitana. You can check here. You have plenty of things you can compare here. You can show all the teams, because you would like to know, do they still have a chance? In fact, they would still have a chance. 8 points is awful, but maybe not too late yet to turn it around. We can also just look at the stats by switching off this here. Did they put up some resistance? How good are Inter now top of the table? There are miles between them. Anyway, we would not wish to go with Salernitana, even if it were somewhere slightly 14.21. What is this? It is above the true price. Performance no good. Comparing it with this tool here, it says, well, this would confirm. I mean, well, if I check such, I used to make such bets, right? So just you risk very small money, you can win a lot, and you know that you rarely ever are going to win one. And in Atalanta Roma, I would definitely go for Roma, but I know they have some problems, injuries, suspensions, and so on. I'm not sure, but I hope, of course, that this tool will confirm all this statistical method. What do I say? I wish they do. Well, it does even turn it around here. Roma did have very, very good stats in some of the games earlier on, which I witnessed, and I was really surprised when I saw that. I like their play anyway, not just because I have a Totti jersey here, and also I like them and I saw them a lot, but I think I looked at the stats and they had been very good. So we have there's no way by this one, although we know where the problems lie. Also the problem that we saw Atalanta recently perform really well, whereby we just saw that the Verona match they won, but weren't so much better, or not at all better. So, but anyway, we have enough reason and no way by this one. In the Bologna Juventus, it would even tell us to go to try with Juventus. If we get the price, do we get that price? 190 looks like a very, very good price. And what would we have to compare it with? Check it out here, and here it tells us no, Juventus are just awful, which obviously market also noticed. Heads off. I mean, 190 looks, yeah, but we no way to bet that after we saw that comparison with the statistics. But we would have gone for it otherwise. Cagliari, Udinese. A small edge to Udinese, which I would easily confirm. Would it still say something here? 3.1, 337. What would the statistical based method tell us here? Very close, confirming this. A little more goals. Still the 337 looks like a bit too much. We can check out as the last instance, or the final vote here. Do we have too many or too few draws? We have a few too few, so something too little. We also have this slightly higher goal expectancies, so we have some good reason to not go for the draw. If you still like it, give it a go, give it a try. Fiorentina 190, it would tell us to go with Sassuolo, which I would happily do, although I know how strong Fiorentina played. What we need confirmation, which we are not getting. They are even 0.4 goals better, so market here once again, right? We cannot get involved. Spezia against Empoli. Here it would even once again, would we wish to do so? I mean, check out if the stats are good enough. They are favorites here. Not by that much, but still small edge to them. What do we get? I mean, those 246 would be a bit higher. What do we get on Empoli? 262. Well, it's in fact it is just a little too little, right? I mean, I also saw Spezia now, who were competitive to Roma at least, and Empoli, of course, building on this outsider image, and somehow making use of that, which they are not here because it's an even game. So maybe not the one to go for. Even anyway, no real indication. Sampdoria, Venezia, here it would once again give Venezia a chance, which we would happily do if the price is too low, 181. This doesn't look like a one, and we still would have to compare here. Here it would confirm, actually giving Venezia a slightly better chance. So there is a small chance to go with them. Yeah, we have 2.11, which means we lay or pay 190, which we are able to do by comparing this here. Anyway, 199, we only lay 190 now, and the statistical based method tells us you could even lay a bit more or pay a somewhat bigger price. Torino, Verona, I would once again trust Torino because they impressed me so much, but Verona had a very good effort. Last one, but we need confirmation here, but we are getting that very much, and so this tells me we have another chance to go with Torino. 223 is a very, very good price. In fact, I wouldn't need a computer. It's very small indication here, confirmed there, but 223, when I hear that, although I know that Verona are just good, check out here with the statistical method. Oh, I have, yeah, that's Torino that are the lower side. Here, Verona are making too much of it, making the most of it, while Torino are playing very well and not getting quite the results. Okay, camera frozen once again. It's about the last one to come. At least we can be happy we found one. Milan, Napoli, I would in fact confirm that it could even be Napoli small favorites, but does this model confirm? It fully confirms that we have an edge on Napoli. What does market say about it? We have to go back here. Yeah, it fully confirms, so we have a very good chance. Although I know that is crisis, what crisis? I mean, Napoli are not winning their games most recently, but Milan not performing so well. I mean, I could also show you just the power rating here as the last thing to show you. Napoli are still on top here, which means, and also we saw that against Empoli, 3.24, 120, something like that. They should have won that one. I didn't watch the full 90 minutes, but when I saw them, they are always attacking. But against Empoli being a goal down, of course, this is very regular. But here you see that they are still the top side, while who are they playing? Milan are just also ran, right? So anyway, with the frozen camera, I leave you with this. Thank you very much, and bye-bye. See you soon.